Good morning. I'm delighted to be here and take your questions. And let me just introduce myself. You just heard my name. This is my first trip to Algeria, and I'm delighted to be here. Beautiful country. I wish I had more time to visit some of the wonderful historic sites, and I hope I will get a chance to return. But let me describe briefly what I was here to do. I took this position last summer after being confirmed by the United States Senate to work on the preparations for the 8th Review Conference of the Nuclear Non-proliferation Treaty, and that review conference will take place in May. I have been engaged in a very vigorous program of diplomatic consultations since last summer, and I have been talking to Algerian diplomats in various other places, in New York and in Vienna and elsewhere. But I felt it was important to come to Algeria to talk to your officials here because of Algeria's leadership in multilateral international security diplomacy in the past. I would note that one of your ambassadors served as the president of the 2000 Non-proliferation Treaty Review Conference. Your ambassador, the Algerian ambassador in the Conference on Disarmament in Geneva, has been a very effective player in advancing the disarmament agenda. And so it was important to come here and exchange views on the Non-proliferation Treaty and how we can work together and with other partners to advance and strengthen the treaty itself and the broader regime by having a constructive review in May. I was here to basically describe the United States agenda, to discuss President Obama's disarmament program, his commitment to disarmament, to discuss the non-proliferation issues, and also to discuss the peaceful uses of nuclear energy. And we had a good discussion. I'm very pleased with the meetings that we've had. I have been on the continent for a couple of days, but I've only visited, I came from South Africa, and I'm in Algeria, and then I'm heading on. So these are my only stops in Africa. But it was very important to be here to meet with your officials. Algeria is an important partner. We're extremely grateful for the leadership it has shown in the past, and we're hoping that we will work very closely together in the future and with other partners, both African countries and countries from other parts of the world, to advance our shared commitment to a strong non-proliferation treaty and a constructive review conference. I think should I open up the question?
Yeah. Est-ce que cette demande vous l'avez réitérée dans le your request to the Algerian authorities? And the second question is, Algeria has a good relations with Iran, and in the framework of the current issues between the US and Iran, have you requested the Algerian authorities to talk with Iran in order to give up its current program?
We raised our interest in discussing the additional protocol at the review conference, and our interest in seeing if we could agree at the review conference on the importance of the additional protocol for strengthening the verification ability of the IAEA. The U.S. ratified the additional protocol ourselves last year, I believe, or 2 years ago. And so we are encouraging countries to do this, and we're hoping we can discuss this in May. On Iran, we did not discuss, what was the question?
Whether you spoke to the Algerian authorities, you tried to persuade the Algerian authorities to talk to Iran in order to comply with whatever the United States requires.
We did not have any discussions about Iran's nuclear program per se. I think that's an issue that's under discussion right now in the IAEA. There's a new report that is out. I have not seen that report. I think the United States position is very clear on that issue. President Obama has taken a different approach. He's an approach of engagement, and we continue to hope that that will lead to a productive outcome.
And the second question is, there are African countries that are planning to use uranium. So what is the U.S. approach? The use of uranium for any purpose whatsoever, including the export
Director of Nuclear Energy, and I think our embassy can give you a list of the officials, but it was an interagency delegation that we met with, which was very good. So we were able to cover many issues, all of the issues under the Non-proliferation Treaty. You want to do that first? On the second question, we did not discuss exports or uranium per se. Our discussion focused on the provisions of the Nuclear Non-proliferation Treaty to promote access to the peaceful benefits of nuclear energy. We agree on the importance of this provision and the importance of doing all we can to ensure that the peaceful nuclear energy is available to all states. And that was the general discussion.
Concernant les responsables algériens que j'ai rencontrés, c'était des responsables du ministère des Affaires étrangères, de la Commission d'énergie atomique, du ministère de l'énergie. Il y avait aussi le directeur de l'énergie, responsable de l'énergie nucléaire au niveau de ce ministère. Mais pour plus de détails, l'ambassade pourra vous remettre une liste des responsables que j'ai rencontrés. Mais j'aimerais dire que j'étais très contente parce que c'était une délégation interministérielle. Donc ça nous a permis de couvrir tous les points qui rentrent dans le cadre du traité de non-prolifération. Quant à la deuxième question qui concerne notamment l'exportation de l'uranium, proprement dit, exportation, on n'a pas discuté cet aspect. Les discussions tournaient plutôt sur les dispositions du traité de non-prolifération ainsi que la promotion.
Est-ce que les États-Unis, quelle est la position des États-Unis? Est-ce que les États-Unis soutiennent l'Algérie ou bien est-ce qu'il y a des inquiétudes concernant le développement de l'arme nucléaire en Algérie? Merci.
To develop the nuclear energy for civil purposes, and we would like to know the position of the United States in this regard. Does the United States support this, or are there any concerns from the United States?
Uses of nuclear energy. The United States has what we call a sister laboratory arrangement with Algeria, which is proliferation credentials, and we are a partner with them.
Nous n'avons absolument aucune inquiétude là-dessus. Comme vous savez, les États-Unis, nous avons une convention de jumelage de laboratoire entre l'Algérie et les États-Unis. Je pense que l'historique de l'Algérie en matière de coopération, qui est d'ailleurs excellent, est...
On a tendance à croire que les États-Unis mettent vraiment un point sur tout ce qui concerne l'énergie nucléaire en Moyen-Orient, notamment dans le Proche-Orient. Alors, pour moi, c'est deux poids et deux mesures.
The use of nuclear energy in Middle East countries, particularly like Iran and Pakistan, why these double measure?
What is the last point?
Why double measures? Like Israel on the one hand.
Oh, double standard. I think, I'm not sure there is a double standard. The United States has long supported universal adherence to the NPT, the Non-proliferation Treaty. We believe that the goal should be that all states are parties to the Non-proliferation Treaty. And there are several states, one you mentioned, that is not a party, but that does not change our view that this should be the goal that we seek. But that in no way changes. We can continue to support that goal and also support the pursuit by countries in the region and elsewhere in the world of civil nuclear energy programs.
Je ne pense pas que les États-Unis jouent un double jeu ici. Les États-Unis ont toujours appuyé l'adhésion ainsi que le respect mondial du traité de non-prolifération. Car notre objectif